Hey, today I'll be reviewing, or not reviewing, analyzing a game, and I guess the goal of this is to try and figure out because most of these games I lost, so the goal is try to figure out what I can learn from these losses, so maybe I can be a better player. Um, actually, not too long ago, um, I paid because Josh Sokol's going through a rough time financially. And anyway, I was able to get him to agree to analyze some of my games. He actually did a pretty good job. I gave him a pretty good tip because he did such a good job of doing it. And if he's willing to do it, uh, probably he analyzed. He went over four of my games. And if he's willing to do it, I'll have him do four more once I get four of these done. I'm gonna just do two today because um, didn't sleep well last night, and doing these videos is kind of exhausting. Um, I'm trying to think. What can I say about Paul Holser? He does like sports. I mean, obviously he's from Texas. I got the impression that like he didn't want to play on my board because my board has some tiles that um, I'm gonna be buying some tiles soon, so this won't be a problem. But he didn't like my tiles because they were worn out and it's hard to see them. So we played on a different. I think we played on his board. Um, but anyway, he's the type of guy that he doesn't really like bullshit. You can tell. So yeah, he's kind of a bigger guy too. So he's not the type of guy you want to mess with either. Sometimes when you're playing these type of people, you can easily get intimidated. I had that issue against in Word Cup against um, Peter Schwartzman, who's like the mayor of some city in Illinois. Like some of these people, they work out, and that's why you kind of have to work out if you want to play at like some of the semi highest level Scrabble. I say semi because I'm not really at the highest level. Um, Give me a second here. Some of these guys are like pretty what's the word? Pretty buff. And it can be intimidating to play against them just because of uh, I guess just their uh, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word, like their stature, their the way that they present themselves, their confidence, and really, it, working out is really about as far as working out as a thing to do to prepare for Scrabble. It's really a thing about just improving your self confidence. Um, I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but if I'm not making any sense at all, let me know. Let me know what I'm trying to say. I think some of you that work out might know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just not saying the right words. But anyway, yeah, just what do you gotta go? You go to these tournaments, you gotta have confidence. There's only 10 people playing, including myself, in this top division of this tournament, and there was so few people. I think, and they were all men, and I think part of it is because it was an intimidating field to be in, and so when first of all, don't shy away from playing in tournaments, and then second of all, when you go into these, you have to have some amount of self confidence, um, but at the same time, you don't want to end up being a massive dick either. I'm afraid that I might have done that a little bit, but it's a balance because you get too confident, you get cocky, you annoy people around you. So, but you do need to have some semblance of confidence when you play in a high level tournament like this. That's all I'm trying to say. The last game I just analyzed, I emotionally fell apart against Nigel Peltier. It was a game that I probably should have won, but because he had equalized in a game that I was over 100 points winning against him, the fact that he equalized threw me off emotionally, and you can't let that's going to happen to you sometimes, and you can't let it. It can't let you. It can't. You can't let it break your concentration like I did in that game. And you can't just assume that somebody like Nigel's going to let you get away with a phony bingo. All right, let me get a drink of water here. So Paul goes first in this one. By the way, Texas is probably somebody where I would never want to live. This isn't a slight for Paul if you're watching this. I'll tag you on Facebook, but it's just that seems like a rough place to live. All right. Someone told me because I visited Texas to go to my sister's wedding, and like a lot of people wear cowboy hats down there, which I like. For some reason, I have a problem with cowboy hats. I don't know why. I just don't like them. And someone said that like with the cowboy hats, it's not just a fashion statement. It's like there's utility to it. Like it protects you from the elements. So I don't know if you're from Texas and you know about that, whether that's true or not, let me know in the comments. Um, all right. I know I'm going to get some trolls because of some of the things I said. By the way, I'm high functioning autistic, so if I seem really awkward, that's because I am, and I just don't care. I'm just going to make my YouTube videos anyway and enjoy making them. So he starts out with Moxa. I have this kind of awkward rack. What I miss? Gluey. Yeah, that's a good play, Gluey. Gay is also good. I didn't. Oh, I did play Gay, so I made the second best play. So I'm happy I at least made the second best play. I'm gonna assume that it's possible, like if you did a deeper analysis, it's not actually because these are like quick move analysis. So it's possible it's not actually the second best play, but for the purposes of this video, I'm not gonna go into too deep of analysis because this is just kind of more casual type of analysis video. So he plays Shorn. Let me just double check that Moxa takes the S. I don't know what Moxa is. Or what it's pluralized. Yeah, so it takes the S. It's a Chinese plant. By the way, I figured out how much it's going to cost me to participate in NASPA Nationals this year. It's on the other side of the country this year. It's going to be in Maryland, in some city in Maryland. I decided I'm going to go. I'm not getting any younger, so Scrabble is really important to me. So I feel like it's worth the expenditure. It is $2,300. That's for a flight for me and my husband in 6 days. I want to make sure I can stay on the last day to watch the finals. So I'm going to be flying out the next day. So should be fun. It's something I can prepare for, um, and hopefully it'll make me a better player to prepare and participate in the nationals this year. Even though it's expensive, and it should be an enjoyable time for me and my husband. Um, yeah, and it should give me some content for this channel too. And I don't know how many people watch this channel, but if you appreciate this channel, please like and leave a comment, a nice comment saying that, hey, I appreciate this channel. It'll make me feel good. Today was a rough day. Trump just announced his tariffs, and financially markets have gone down. So I'm trying not to look at the markets. But anyway, let's see. In here I played Kucher. Oh, I think I lost 2 challenges on this. Yeah, yeah, this is a terrible game. I wonder why I lost 2 challenges in this game. I played Kucher, which it looks like that wasn't even in the top 6 plays, so this is probably just a bad play. But that's okay. I think the reason I saw this play and wanted to make it is because I thought I saw some kind of nifty extension, and I tried to make that nifty extension, and it ended up being phony. But I know there's a word that's, I think it's couturier, that maybe I was trying to think, because there's a word couturier. I'd learned that word. So maybe that was the fancy word I was trying to think of, but maybe there's another one. Yeah, so there's no fancy couture word. Because I tried to hook an R on it and got challenged off. Or maybe it was a D. Can you not put a D on couture? Yeah, I tried to put a D on it. That's why. Okay, that's gonna be sad. Game 2, and analyze this one. It's just, so a lot of these games that I play, there's not really a lot of strategy involved. It's just gaps in my word knowledge, and that's what this is. He played weak. So key is actually, for 17, is better than Quinol, which uses my blank. Okay, yeah, but it leaves JP, that's why. Did I play key here? No, I played Quip. I can't really figure out this position. This is one for an expert. All right, he plays sextets with blank. And then I have a chance to come back with my own blank. And I just completely blunder here because I tried to put a D on Kucher. And I actually wanted him to challenge this because I thought I was... Hold on. This isn't my actual rack. So I had gleeded here, but I tried to play it hooking. I thought for sure that Kucher took the D for whatever reason. This is a really stupid decision. He challenges it off. It was a bad, stupid phony. I don't know why I thought, was so confident in Kucher. When you're in a position like this, you should just always, like, it can be tempting to make a play for a slightly better position, like I would have had if Kucher was good. But if you're like at all unsure, like, so let's go back to that position. So all of these bingos are kind of terrible because, like, Gleeded and League AT both, I mean, at least with League AT you can't triple. Gleeded you can triple, but this is probably the best play, Gleeded here, because The G is really not all that dangerous of a triple triple threat. There's no more blanks to be drawn, and he just played a bingo of himself, so he's got a completely random rack. So it is kind of still frustrating to have that G there in the triple lane, but it's just so much more important to not phony in this position. So it was just completely arrogant to think that he wouldn't challenge this, because of course he did. Actually, I think he did spend a little bit of time. It wasn't just a little bit; it was probably a few minutes. So he did struggle with it a little bit, but he did challenge it. I don't think it was longer than 2 minutes that he decided on this one, but he did make the right decision and challenged it. And then I'm pretty much already lost in this game, at least emotionally. I'm going to be lost, even if, you know. So I only have 51 points here, and he has. Oh, okay, actually, I missed a move here. So before sextets came down, he exchanged 5. So this is a move I missed. So I actually made the right. No, I didn't. I didn't make the right play here. I played Joel in the wrong spot. So actually, gleated wasn't an option for me. At least not in the row 5. So then sextets comes down. I can see why I didn't want to analyze these games, because like there isn't a whole lot of strategy in these games. I just like a lot of being fucked up by my own self, which is still how I lose most of my games. I play phonies and get them challenged off, or I challenge and lose a turn that way. Um, those are most of the ways I lose, is just by balloon challenges. So I still have a lot to learn as far as just solidifying my knowledge of the words. So actually, so gleated wasn't an option, but I did have League AT, and I just didn't see that word. So I didn't. That was why I didn't play this, is because I didn't see it. I didn't see League AT. So it's pretty high up in the words I've seen. So I should have seen this one. It's a pretty relatively high prob word, ligate. So that's a word I should be able to find. I think under the pressure I didn't find it though. There is a lot of pressure in these type of events. Plays broom. Oh, actually, challenge that one. Then play broom. And then I'm down 129. The same rack. I still have ligate in 2 places. I still don't see it. So I played Glee. Plays Oidia. And I crossed out something here. I think I made another phony. So I can't really see what the phony was that I played. Oh, I played nerds. That's the word I crossed out for 45. Okay. So I tried to hook an R. Okay. So here I was just lost emotionally. It was all it was. I think I'll just. So I actually had Tarzan for 70, hooking the A onto Glee. But yeah, I played Nerds here for 40. I thought Kucherer was a word. I don't know why I would try Kucherer when he just challenged off Kuchered. Other than I was just damaged emotionally from this game and losing a challenge. So that's the thing. Like when you lose a challenge, it can be so emotionally damaging. Maybe it's just me, but when I lose a challenge, like I there was an international player, I forget his name. It was like the international player says if you play a phony, you deserve to lose. Period. I forget his name, but it was in some sort of Scrabble guide that was written a long time ago, and it is kind of like that. Like when you make a phony play and you get it challenged off in a high level game like this, it can be like so like mentally and emotionally draining and discouraging that it's hard to keep focus. So that's kind of what happened here, what caused me to play the second phony here. Of course, he challenged this off too. I'm not sure if it's worth going over the rest of this game, but let's just do it. So he plays Sigil. Plays Zanier. And then he bingos. Of course he bingos. 3 Yal. Not there. So I guess he missed the ugly hook too. It's kind of a weird word, ugly. Which means aglay, which means awry. Ari, or anyway, it's a weird word. So I play Fruity. Doesn't really matter what I do here because I'm just way too far behind for anything to matter. So here I played Bring. Plays Vibe. Getting rid of, like, you don't have any hope to triple in that kind of situation because your strong opponent's always gonna block a triple, and I didn't have anything to triple there anyway. Played Beyond for 26. So I left one tile in the bag here, which makes sense. Oh, he doesn't know exactly what I have. He plays Troop. That effectively blocks any bingo possibilities. And I just played Hugh here because it doesn't really matter. Where's Hugh to play? And He plays tent to go out for 8. So whatever. That was this game. I lost 416 to 273. And thanks for watching this one. Again, probably not the most exciting game to go over, but it was just another kind of lesson in um, psychology, I guess. Uh, it might not seem like all these lessons on psychology are on Scrabble psychology are really that psychological, but for me it was, and it's important to go over. Um, yeah, like initially I thought, because this game all came down to, I mean, first of all, I played a second phony, which was not good, but I shouldn't have played the second phony, but it was really the first phony that was consequential in this game. And I think the problem was I didn't see my actual bingo of. So that was of Ligate. So that was a word knowledge problem. I didn't see my real bingo of Ligate. So I had a word knowledge problem, and also I got a little bit arrogant thinking that I could get away with a phony against a top level player, which you really can't. So that's it. Those are the lessons from this game. If you have any thoughts or comments, put them down below in the comment section, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy my channel. And see you in the next one.